Way back when the excavator was very first here, he dug a big ditch that led up to where the house was going to be. And the reason he did that is because that ditch is meant to become where my gray water drains out of the home. So gray water is basically everything that comes out of your house besides toilet water. So dishes, shower, etc. And the very first thing I got to do to make this a usable drainage ditch is clear out all the roots, dig out a little bit more of the dirt, and then I got to put a layer of stones down, which is where the water will run off when it comes out of the pipe that I put in there. Now that the drainage ditch has been cleaned up, it's time to start preparing it for the pipe. So the first thing that's going to go down is some rocks, probably 12 to 18 inches or so. I'm going to try to source all the rocks I need for the ditch from the surrounding land. I'm not really sure that's going to work because there's quite a bit of rocks that have to go in there, but I'm going to give it a shot. You know, it's pretty easy to make a rational argument that hauling all these rocks around and chucking them in this ditch is not a very productive use of my time. And I couldn't disagree if anybody made that argument. To be honest, I have to say that even though I like to think that I use my rational mind quite a bit, a lot of the decisions I make are much more intuitive. I think my rational process kicks in after I've made an intuitive decision, and then it starts to try to bring order to things. But it would certainly have been highly rational to just save time and effort and hire somebody to do this for me, or to just bring a truck in to dump rocks and not do all of this heavy manual labor. Probably the only rational explanation I can offer is that I feel pretty confident that every stone I throw in there loads into my cells just a little bit more, a satisfaction that will pay off when the work is done. I've often thought to myself, we don't want for paperweights out here. There are just a ton of rocks lying around everywhere on this land. And I was actually able to find enough to fill my entire drainage ditch to the height that I want. I bet I hauled 5,000 or 6,000 pounds of rocks, all with my trusty little garden cart. So now that that project's complete, the next step is going to be digging a little connector trench between the main drainage ditch and the yome. After that, I start laying pipe. I've got the big rocks arranged in the drainage ditch so the pipe runs slightly downhill away from the building. But the rocks are so big that the drainage pipe doesn't have an even place to sit on the bottom. So I went ahead and ordered a load of smaller rocks, and I'm going to spread those across the bigger rocks so that that drainage pipe has a nice even surface on the bottom to rest on.
The outside portion of the Greywater drainage system is basically done, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Now, I'm not anywhere near done with this system yet, so in the next video, I'll work on the inside portion.